sorry, we're not professionals at this, but we are very passionate because our family made a very big sacrifice for all the rest of the citizens of Lehi. And my dad is so disappointed, the biggest disappointment of his life, the biggest regret he's ever had. And my dad is livid at Lehi City, and he doesn't want the bond to pass. But just so you know, we went to the meeting last night, me and my sister, and we met with Mike Southwick, which he was very good. Mike was willing to meet with us and hear our side. Paul Hancock, we said, when we got the plan and it showed homes being built, 18 acres, and trading them to Hadco that is buying Vivian Carter's, we threw a fit. And he and Paul's told us that it's their ground, they can do with it what they want. And I said, no. This was designed for a park. It was totally sold to Lehi City as a park. And so we read him the paragraph, which is in our lease. It says, it is contemplated that the property will be developed as a Lehi City park for the recreational use typical of other parks in Lehi City and such other related uses not inconsistent with such primary use. We're not attorneys. Is that a way for Lehi City's attorneys to be able to do what the heck they want after the fact? It's sad, because if that's truly the case, that's the most underhanded thing I've ever seen. Yeah, we're stupid. Our dad didn't read it. I started reading it after. He signed it the 29th of 2005 in December, because Ken Greenwood had lost the election and was going out of office. He signed the paper, and we should have never done it. But it's still, and you can ask Ken, you can ask all of our family, our story has never changed. We have a book that is that thick of all the emails and meetings that we've had with Lehi City. And then it goes on in the lease that says, if Lehi City, it says, during the lease term, the property shall not be used except primarily as a park containing such recreational facilities and related improvements a tenant may desire to construct thereon. And then it goes on and it talks about any fixtures which are, personal property. It talks about lighting. If they didn't think there was going to be lights, why would they put that in there? Just because things aren't in a contract? Yeah, in this world, I guess it's just a cutthroat world, and you can do what you want. And like Paul told us, it is contemplated that it would be a park. Doesn't mean we have to do it. I was very disappointed in Paul Hancock, and so he's either going to come around or we need to do something, because that's disappointing. When you make an agreement, you need to be honorable, and the city and the mayor needs to be honorable with this deal. And then to further it, we do have a contract for first right of refusal, because there was 5 acres back in 2007 that was purchased. At that time, I did try to get them to put in there were the ballparks were going to be part of the deal, but by then it's Howard Johnson. He wouldn't agree to it. So, but we did get first right of refusal. And it says in our first right of refusal that, I'll read it to you. And if anybody has any questions, please call me or Liz. We have nothing to hide. We're an open book. We have all the backup documents. I'm just trying to turn to the page here. Sorry.
We can edit that. It's the other contract.
Oh, here it is. Okay, so in the purchase agreement, we got a little smarter. So, and this was supposed to be in the original contract also, but it got left out, where we said the Pecks have first right of refusal to do all the work on the park. We're not trying to charge the city more money. We're trying to make this the best park in the state of Utah. We want it to bring business. We want Little League tournaments. We want to bring business to the hotels, to the eating. We do not need a butterfly sniffing park. If you want to walk around chasing butterflies, there's plenty of places. There's a little park in every church corner and the little teeny parks around town. This needs to be all of the above. Sports, all of it. But in our contract, this is what it does say. Seller has been allowed to remove material from the above described park property pursuant to an agreement with the buyer, which removal is of mutual benefit to both seller and buyer. But see, Lehi City doesn't want to know that. Every time we turn around, we're being attacked with what rights we have. And when they said that they were going to put houses here, we said, no, you're not. But if you are, we are going to have first right of refusal. And Bert says, no, no, no. And I said, Bert, no. We have first right of refusal on the entire park. And we plan on, and I told him last night, if they want to have a lawsuit, I guess we can waste all the Peck's money and the city's and the taxpayers' money, but all we really want is we want to work together. We want to have a good park. We want to have a park that's like St. George, that we can have Lehi be competitive with all these other towns. But I'm going to read you what's in our contract. So if any of you have questions about this, come on, I'll give you a copy. And you can read the Peck agreement too. And yes, the Lehi City had their attorneys draw it up and we were taken advantage of. But it does say, buyer will permit seller to excavate and remove material in accordance with the grading plan which Tony Train drew, according to the terms and conditions set forth above. And then it says, buyer hereby grants seller a first right of refusal to contract for future development work or the removal of such additional material, if any, that buyer determines should be removed from the entire Peck Park pursuant to the future development of said property. If they're going to build houses, I guess the Pecks are going to build them. We don't want houses. We don't want this bond to pass at this time because right now the city's on a path of spending. And we do agree that we need to have good parks. We want them all to happen. 21 million at Rhodes Mellor, ridiculous. Just do the math. Go get estimates yourself. Don't vote for the bond at this point. Let's rein it all back in, start, and make a good plan that works for everyone. Thanks.